Hi guys, Anthony coming to you live with a quick DIY OneForAll video. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can tell which is the suction line versus the return line on a 4-cycle weed eater or a 4-cycle trimmer. And I previously made a video that shows how to easily replace the lines on a 4-cycle weed eater or trimmer, but I didn't really go into details as to which line is which. And I've received quite a few comments on that. Some comments were very negative and some were constructive. So I take all those comments as constructive criticism because we're all in the learning process. We are all learning, and I've come to realize that quite a few people have watched the first video. I think it was like 65,000 people who watched the first video. So I figured I would make now a video that shows how you can tell which is the suction line versus the return line on a 4-cycle weed eater or trimmer. So here I have a troy-bilt 4-cycle edger, right? It's the same as a 4-cycle weed eater. Okay, so there are two lines. So your lines broke off and you want to tell, okay, where do I connect the fuel filter? And normally you want to connect the fuel filter to your suction line. Now the suction line is going to go all the way down in the gas tank. And that line is supposed to have the fuel filter on it because it's the line that's going to suck in the fuel into the carburetor. Okay, so now the return line does not go all the way down into the gas tank. Okay, so the smaller line here is the return line, and it's supposed to be inserted about an inch or so into the gas tank. The suction line has the fuel filter on it, and it goes all the way down to the gas tank to the bottom of the gas tank. Okay, because that line is going to be used to suck fuel into the carburetor. So if your lines broke off and you're wondering, okay, where do I connect the lines? Or suppose you were given a weed eater, a 4-cycle weed eater, a 4-cycle leaf blower, you try to figure out, how do I connect the lines? Okay, so there are several ways you can tell. Now let me try and just kind of zoom in a little bit closer so you can see better. All right, so here we have a little fuel inside of the primer bulb of this carburetor on this 4-cycle edger. Okay, so what you can do, you can take one of your fingers. Notice that there are two ports here. One is a suction port, one is a return port. So if you take one of your fingers and you cover one of the ports, and then there's gas in the fuel bulb or in the primer bulb, and you press it and nothing comes out of the other port right here. You notice that there's gas in the primer bulb. Not sure if you can see that. Let me get this line out of the way. There's gas in the primer bulb right now. See that? But when I press the primer bulb, there's nothing coming out of this port right here. So that tells me that the port that I'm covering up is actually the return port. Okay? See that? So I'm covering up the return port. There's gas in the primer bulb. I'm pressing it, but nothing is coming out. So I'm covering up the return port. So this port here is the suction port. So if I cover this other port right here, and if now I press the primer bulb, you see that gas shooting out? That tells me that this port is the return port. So whenever you connect the fuel line to this port, it should be inserted in the gas tank about an inch down into the gas tank. Then this other port here should go all the way down into the gas tank and connect to the fuel filter, because this is your suction line. So I hope this video helps, and this is what I'm just trying to, the point I'm trying to make here, because I realized that I got many questions on that other video, and I wanted to just clarify this and show you how you can easily tell which port is which. So I hope that was clear enough. And I just wanted to just demonstrate that. So in that we have determined that this port is the suction port. We're going to connect this port here. And we're going to make sure that the fuel filter is on this line and that it goes all the way down to the gas tank. Then we're going to connect the return port right here. And we're going to insert it down to the gas tank about an inch into the gas tank. And this return port should not be touching the fuel in the gas tank. Okay, so a quick video for you guys just to clear things up, in that I've received so many questions and comments, and so many people have viewed that video. So I hope you will look at this video, and hope this will of course help to clarify things. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. Anthony coming to you live with a quick DIY OneForAll video. And I want to encourage you to subscribe, and catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Return port.